Sorry, I couldn't find the button. Good morning. Happy Saturday. I'm just waking up. Done something with my hair, but I had another one of those nights where I just wake up at about 3 o'clock and was up for like 3 hours. This happened twice this week, but I did go to bed really early last night, which is probably why, because I was really tired. Marin has been sick, and I'm fine, but I can tell that my body has been fighting it, and I'm fine, but I don't know. Couldn't sleep. Turned on a TV show for a little while. Got irritated with that. Then I turned on an old Marco Polo group and went back like 200 messages and just let it play. And I don't know why, but it puts me to sleep. I just hear women talking in the background and I can fall asleep. I don't understand it. And then I slept until 9. But I hate that. I hate waking up and not being able to get back to sleep. I get all panicky when I wake up at like 3 and I'm like, oh no, I have to pee. And I get all panicky because I'm like, I'm not going to fall back asleep if I get up, but I have no choice. And then I lay in bed. What if I don't fall back asleep? Am I going to stay awake? And I wake myself up. I don't usually have problems sleeping, but I don't know, just a lot going on in my head, I think. All right, I need to turn on my light. I can't see. There we go. All right. We are on September 20th. Oh, sorry. The Festival of Shelters. That is not in a good spot. It's about to fall. On October 9th, the family leaders of all the people, together with the priests and Levites, met with Ezra, the scribe, to go over the law in greater detail. As they studied the law, they discovered that the Lord had commanded through Moses that the Israelites should live in shelters during the festival to be held that month. He had said that a proclamation should be made throughout their towns, and in Jerusalem, telling the people to go to the hills to get branches from the olive, wild olive, myrtle, palm, and other leafy trees. They were to use these branches to make shelters in which they would live during the festival as prescribed by the law. So the people went out and cut branches and used them to build shelters on the roofs of their houses, in their courtyards, in the courtyards of God's temple, or in the square just inside the Water Gate and the Ephraim Gate. So everyone who had returned from captivity lived in these shelters during the festival, and they were all filled with great joy. The Israelites had not celebrated like this since the days of Joshua, son of Nun. Ezra read from the book of the law of God on each of the 7 days of the festival. Then on the 8th day, they held a solemn assembly as was required by the law. The people confessed their sins, Nehemiah 9, 1-38. On October 31st, the people assembled again, and this time they fasted and dressed in burlap and sprinkled dust on their heads. Those of Israelite descent separated themselves from all the foreigners as they confessed their own sins and the sins of their ancestors. They remained standing in place for 3 hours, while the book of the law of the Lord, their God, was read aloud to them. Then for 3 more hours they confessed their sins and worshiped the Lord their God. The Levites, Jeshua, Bani, Kadmiel, Shebaniah, Buni, Sherebiah, Bani, and Kanani, stood on the stairway of the Levites and cried out to the Lord their God with loud voices. Then the leaders of the Levites, Jeshua, Kadmiel, Bani, Hashabaniah, Sherebiah, Hodiah, Shebaniah, and Pethahiah, called out to the people, "Stand up and praise the Lord your God, for he lives from everlasting to everlasting." Then they prayed, "May your glorious name be praised. May it be exalted above all blessing and praise. You alone are the Lord. You made the skies and the heavens and all the stars. You made the earth and the seas and everything in them. You preserve them all, and the angels of heaven worship with you. You are the Lord God, who chose Abraham and brought him from Ur of the Chaldeans and renamed him Abraham. When he had proved himself faithful, you made a covenant with him and to give him and his descendants the land of the Canaanites, Hittites, Amorites, Perizzites, Jebusites, and Girgashites. And you have done what you promised, for you are always true to your word. You saw the misery of your ancestors in Egypt, and you heard their cries from beside the Red Sea. You displayed miraculous signs and wonders against his Pharaoh, his officials, and all his people, for you knew how arrogantly they were treating our ancestors. You have a glorious reputation that has never been forgotten. You divided the sea for your people so they could walk through on dry land, and then you hurled their enemies into the depths of the sea. They sank like stones beneath the mighty waters. You led our ancestors by a pillar of cloud during the day and a pillar of fire at night so they could find their way. You came down at Mount Sinai and spoke to them from heaven. You gave them regulations and instructions that were just, and decrees and commands that were good. You instructed them concerning your holy Sabbath, and you commanded them through Moses, your servant, to obey all your commands, decrees, and instructions. You gave them bread from heaven when they were hungry, and water from the rock when they were thirsty. You commanded them to go and take possession of the land you had sworn to give them. But our ancestors were proud and stubborn, and they paid no attention to your commands. They refused to obey and did not remember the miracle you had done for them. Instead, they became stubborn and appointed a leader to take them back to their slavery in Egypt. But you are a God of forgiveness, gracious and merciful, slow to become angry, and rich in unfailing love. You did not abandon them, even when they made an idol shaped like a calf and said, "This is your God, who you brought out of Egypt." They committed terrible blasphemies. But in your great mercy, you did not abandon them to die in the wilderness. The pillar of cloud still led them forward by day, and the pillar of fire showed them the way through the night. You sent your good spirit to instruct them, and you did not stop giving them manna from heaven or water for their thirst. For 40 years you sustained them in the wilderness, and they lacked nothing. Their clothes did not wear out, and their feet did not swell. Then you helped our ancestors conquer the kingdoms and nations, and you placed your people in every corner of the land. They took over the land of King Sihon of Heshbon and the land of King Og of Bashan. You made their descendants as numerous as the stars in the sky and brought them into the land you had promised their ancestors. They went in and took possession of the land. You subdued the whole nation before them. Even the Canaanites who inhabited the land were powerless. Your people could deal with these nations and their kings as they pleased. Our ancestors captured fortified cities and fertile lands. They took over houses full of good things and cisterns already dug and vineyards and olive groves and fruit trees in abundance. They ate until they were full and grew fat and enjoyed themselves in all of your blessings. But despite all this, they were disobedient and rebelled against you. They turned their backs on the law. They killed your prophets who warned them to return to you, and they committed terrible blasphemies. So you handed them over to their enemies who made them suffer. But in their time of trouble, they cried to you, and you heard them from heaven. In your great mercy, you sent them liberators who rescued them from their enemies. But as soon as they were at peace, your people again committed evil in your sight, and once more you let their enemies conquer them. Yet, whenever your people turned and cried to you again for help, you listened once more from heaven. In your wonderful mercy, you rescued them many times. You warned them to return to your law, and they became proud and obstinate and disobeyed your commands. They did not follow your regulations by which people will find life if only they obey. They stubbornly turned their backs on you and refused to listen. In your love, you were patient with them for many years. You sent your spirit and warned them through the prophets, but they still wouldn't listen. Once again, you allowed the people of the land to conquer them. But in your great mercy, you did not destroy them or completely abandon them forever. What a gracious and merciful God you are. And now, our God, the great and mighty and awesome God who keeps his covenant of unfailing love, do not let all the hardships we have suffered seem insignificant to you. Great trouble has come upon us and upon our kings and leaders and priests and prophets and ancestors, all of your people, from the days when the kings of the Assyrians first triumphed over us until now. Every time you punish us, you were being just. We have sinned greatly, and you gave us only what we deserved. Our kings, leaders, priests, and ancestors did not obey your law or listen to the warnings in your commands and laws. Even while they had their own kingdom, they did not serve you, though you showered your goodness on them. You gave them a large, fertile land, but they refused to turn from their wickedness. So now today we are slaves in the land of plenty that you gave our ancestors for their enjoyment. We are slaves here in this good land. The lush produce of this land piles up in the hands of the kings, whom you have set over us because of our sins. They have power over us and our livestock. We serve them at their pleasure, and we are in great misery." The people responded, "In view of all this, we are making a solemn promise and putting it in writing. On this sealed document are the names of our leaders and Levites and priests." The people agreed to obey. Nehemiah 10 1 through 29. The document was ratified and sealed with the following names: the governor, Nehemiah, son of Hakaliah, and also Zedekiah. The following priests: Seraiah, Azariah, Jeremiah, Pashur, Amariah, Melchijah, Hattush, Shebaniah, Malach, Haram, Meremoth, Obadiah, Daniel, Ginnathan, Baruch, Meshullam, Abijah, Mijamin, Messiah, Bilgai, and Shemaiah. These were the priests. The following Levites: Jeshua, son of Azaniah, Benui from the family of Henadad, Kadmiel and their fellow Levites, Shebaniah, Hodiah, Kalida, Pelaiah, Hanan, Micah, Rehob, Hashabiah, Zachar, Sherebiah, Shebaniah, Hodiah, Bani, and Beninu. The following leaders: Parash, Pahath, Moab, Elam, Zetu, Bani, Buni, Asgad, Babai, Adonijah, Bigvai, Adon, Ader, Hezekiah, Azar, Hodiah, Hashem, Bezai, Hariph, Anathoth, Nabai, Magpiesh, Meshullam, Hazir, Meshezabel, Zadok, Jadua, Pelatiah, Hanan, Ananiah, Hoshea, Hananiah, Hashab, Halahesh, Pilha, Shobek, Rehum, Hashabna, Messiah, Ahiah, Hanan, Anan, Malach, Hiram, and Bana. Hooked on phonics worked for me. Then the rest of the people, the priests, Levites, gatekeepers, singers, temple servants, and all who had separated themselves from the pagan people of the land in order to obey the law of God, together with their wives, sons, daughters, and all who were old enough to understand, joined their leaders and bound themselves with an oath. They swore a curse on themselves if they failed to obey the law of God as issued by the servant Moses. They solemnly promised to carefully follow all the commands, regulations, and decrees of the Lord our Lord. The vow of the people, Nehemiah 10 30 through 39. We promise not to let our daughters marry the pagan people of the land, and not to let our sons marry their daughters. We also promise that if the people of the land should bring any merchandise or grain to be sold on the Sabbath or any other holy day, we will refuse to buy it. Every 7th year we will let our land rest, and we will cancel all debts owed to us. In addition, we promise to obey the commands to pay the annual temple tax of 1/8 of an ounce of silver for the care of the temple of our God. This will provide for the bread of presence, for the regular grain offerings and the burnt offerings, for the offerings on the Sabbath, the new moon celebrations, and the annual festivals, for the holy offerings, and for the sin offering to make atonement for Israel. It will provide everything necessary for the work of the temple of our God. We have cast sacred lots to determine when, at regular times each year, the families of the priests, Levites, and common people should bring wood to God's temple to be burned on the altar of the Lord our God, as is written in the law. We promise to bring the first part of every harvest to the Lord's temple year after year, whether it be a crop from the soil or from our fruit trees. We agree to give God our oldest sons and firstborn of all our herds and flocks as prescribed in the law. We will present them to the priests who minister in the temple of our God. We will store the produce in the storerooms of the temple of our God. We will bring the best of our flour and other grain offerings, the best of our fruit, and the best of our new wine and olive oil. As we promise to bring to the Levites, and we promise to bring to the Levites 1/10 of everything of our land that our land produces, for it is the Levites who collect the tithes in all our rural towns. A priest, a descendant of Aaron, will be with the Levites as they receive these tithes, and 1/10 of all that is collected as tithes will be delivered by the Levites to the temple of our God and placed in the storerooms. The people and the Levites must bring these offerings of grain, new wine, and olive oil to the storeroom and place them in the sacred containers near the ministering priests, the gatekeepers, and the singers. We promise together not to neglect the temple of our God. All right. We're not going to be reading Breaking Free from Body Shame for over a week because I usually don't read those books on the weekends just because a lot less people are able to join on the weekend. And I'll be leaving Monday, and Miss Cindy will be covering devotions for me. Something's hurting me. It's driving. Oh my gosh, I know what it is. I took off my AirPod and my ring at the gym yesterday and stuck them in my bra, and it's been pinching me, and I was wondering what was going on. What was my ring? And my AirPod. I've been looking for that. No, I didn't shower after the gym yesterday because I didn't feel like it, and I'll do it today. Whatever. You can read it if you want, Cindy. Yeah, you can read it. And I'll bring my book and read so I keep up. Yes, you can read it, Cindy. Yes, you absolutely can. I forget that you have the book. So, yes, Cindy will be reading it. She'll be reading Monday through Friday this week. And actually, I'm going to ask her if she's available the following Saturday because my schedule has changed. And now I'm not going to be home till like 2 a.m. on Saturday morning. So she'll be covering for me while I'm away. So be nice to her, okay? Be nice. Just kidding. Of course she'll be nice. Pick on her as much as possible. Something else I was going to tell you guys. I don't know what it was. All right, let me look at through the, excuse me. Oh, Winston. How old is Winston now, Diana? Gosh, we were praying for him when he was just a newborn, right? And okay, good. Thank you. He was just a newborn when we started praying for Winston, wasn't he? And it's been a while, a couple of years anyway. How old is he now? I'm sure she is. I'm sure she's looked ahead to see what names she has to read. I appreciate Cindy very much covering for me. I can do it when I travel, but it's hard. It's hard because I'm in a hotel room. My husband's not up as early as me. The hotel lobby is loud and noisy. Sometimes the internet is wonky, so it's just hard to do it when I travel. So I very much appreciate her covering for me. All right. We should pray. God our Father, thank you for bringing us all here together to read your word and to dig in and to learn more and more about our God and our King and draw us closer to you, God. And just thank you for this time and thank you for these people that come together to read. God, we lift up Winston to you today. You know intricately what is going on inside his little body, and we just ask for your divine healing to touch his little body, to make this tumor stable, and give his family peace and strength as they lean on you through a difficult time. God, we also lift up Silas to you after his major surgery yesterday, and I know he's in pain, and I just ask for your peace to surround him, to comfort him, and I can't imagine what a difficult time it is for mom and family, and we just ask for your strength for all of them as they walk through this recovery with little Silas. God, I also lift up Kay to you as she walks through figuring out what's going on with her, and just ask for your strength for her and for clear answers, clarity for the doctors, and healing for whatever is going on with Kay. God, as we go through this day, help us to continue to make choices that are honoring to you, that strengthen and heal our bodies and draw us closer to you, our God. In your precious name, amen. All right, I'm not flying, Lois. Winston is 3. Yeah, he was a baby, wasn't he? When we started praying for him, we've been praying for him since 2 months old for 3 years. Oh my gosh. Sweet baby. I can't imagine how hard that is on his parents to oh my goodness. September 23rd. Oh man, you're going to finish the Old Testament and start the New Testament without me? I remember that last day of the Old Testament. I remember that being long. Man. I'll be reading. I'm going to read along. I'm going to bring my daily Bible and read along too. So I don't want to miss out. Yeah, no flights for me at all, Lois. I'm driving. I rented a big old truck. Big old redneck truck. Because I hate my car. I have a brand spanking new car, you guys. Brand new. Less than 3,000 miles on it. I hate it. It hurts us so bad to ride in. It hurts our butts. We cannot ride in it for more than 2 hours with all of our butts and backs screaming. And it is such a beautiful, nice car. I'm going to try to sell it, get rid of it. They can have it back. It's not for us. It breaks my heart too because it's a beautiful, brand new car. And I can't ride in my convertible for an 8-hour drive. That would hurt my back has been bothering me super, super bad for a couple of months now. And it hurts all the time, especially when I'm sitting. When I'm standing, I'm okay. But if I'm sitting, my back is just really bothering me right in one particular spot right there. And I won't go to a chiropractor. So nobody has to message me and tell me to go to a chiropractor. I'm resistant. Okay. That's beside the point. But what was I gonna say? Anyway, I can't ride in a car for very long, so I had to rent a pickup truck because that's more upright. If I can sit upright, I'm okay. Bring my heating pad in the car. Old lady back or something. I don't know what's going on, but it's hurting me awful right there. It's been ages now, and it's getting old. It's getting old. Anyway, now I'm just rambling. I have to go. There's one thing that I have not done as I've lost weight, and that is to get rid of clothes. You guys, if you don't know this about me, I have a bad habit of shopping for especially clearance. Like I don't buy expensive clothes. It is very rare. Very rare. I have to be in need of something very specific in order to pay full price for something. Like if I absolutely need a certain outfit for an event or something, I will pay full price. But the rest of the time, I am a clearance rack queen, okay? And I have a very bad habit of shopping clearance racks and bringing home new clothes constantly that are like $2 or $3 for a pair of pants or $3 for a shirt. But I have another very bad habit, and that is not getting rid of clothes. I just let them pile and pile and pile and pile. And my room is out of control. Next level, out of control. Because as I've lost weight, I haven't gotten rid of any clothes. So I have size 18. I'm wearing a size 10 pants now. I still have drawers full of size 18 pants, and I have tons of 2X and 1X shirts. None of them fit me. None of them. Like they're hanging. I have got to get rid of them. So my goal today is to go through my closet and my dresser and my piles and get rid of things that don't fit me, which at the end of the day may mean I only have 3 pair of pants left, but that's okay. Just means I can buy more. Just means I can hit a good clearance rack somewhere. So that is my plan for today, is to pop some ibuprofen for my back and go clean my room. Clean out my room. So pray for me because that's a good time. Nobody likes to do that. Nobody enjoys it. And I especially do not. I know everybody's going to want to take all my clothes, but I can't ship them. They're going to be like 85 pounds of clothes. It would cost me $500 to ship them anywhere. That's awesome, Meredith. Oh my gosh. 1 pound away from Wonderland. That's amazing. Yeah, I'm going to fill. I bet you money I will fill 6 trash bags today. I have got so many clothes piled on the bottom of my closet. When my dresser got full, and my dresser is very shallow and doesn't hold a lot. I need a different. I bought it with the house and it doesn't It doesn't suit me. I need a different dresser. It's very shallow. Oh, it doesn't hold a lot. So I just like fold things up and stack them on the bottom of my closet. I couldn't find something in there if I needed it. Like, there's no way I could find something in there if I needed it. There are piles. It's embarrassing, is what it is. Embarrassing. I bet I have 75 pair of underwear. And half of them don't fit me. So why are they in there? They're in there so every day I can pull one out, put them on, and go, these don't fit, and then take them off and put them back. Why? Why don't I just take them to the trash at that point? Nobody wants my old underwear. Why do I keep them in the drawer? It's this mindset, okay? It's this diet mentality of gain and lose, gain and lose, gain and lose, gain and lose, that I'm afraid to let go of stuff because I'm going to gain weight. I know I'm going to gain it back, so why don't I just keep them? It's a diet, it's a mentality that is ingrained right here in my head. I don't know. But today it ends. All right, girls, I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of my day. I hope you have a fabulous day, and I will see you all back tomorrow for devotions. It will be because we're just alike if you don't figured that out yet. I'll be here for devotions tomorrow morning, earlier than normal for a Sunday, because I'm going to the gym at 9 tomorrow morning. Because I'm going to be away from the gym for 5 days. So I'm going to go work out with my trainer tomorrow morning. So I love you, girls. Yes, I absolutely have body dysmorphia. Meredith, I was in the clearance rack looking at size 16 pants the other day going, oh, those are cute. I should try them on. They'll probably fit. They wouldn't even stay up on my hips. I am having a really difficult time. Like, if I have to order a t-shirt for events, I'm still ordering an extra large and I need a medium. I can't. So it's going to be hard for me today. I'm probably going to have to try on everything so that because I'm not going to look at a size and believe that it doesn't fit me. I'm not going to look at a size extra large and say, oh, this is going to, I'm not going to be able to believe that. So I'm going to have to try it on and then take it off and put it in a pile. So today is going to get tons of movement. So I'm going to be trying on 4,000 items of clothes. I bet I have 25 dresses because I'm a Shein shopper. Okay. They're like $2 dresses and I love them. None of them fit me. There's not a single dress in my cabinet, in my dresser that, whatever, my closet that fits me. Not a single one. Not one. I'm going to have an empty, it's going to look like I just moved in. There's going to be nothing in there. So that's all right. As long as I have a pair of underwear and a pair of leggings and one t-shirt left, I'm good. And a hoodie or two. Yeah. I know, Meredith. Isn't it crazy? We went to Ross, which is my all-time favorite store here, to buy an outfit for an upcoming thing that I'm doing this coming week in Nashville. And I wanted a nice new outfit to wear. And I took size 16 pants, size 14 pants, size large, all of them. Marin's like, Mom, those are way too big. I went back out and I got 12s and larges. I had to go back out and get 10s and mediums before I found the right outfit. And I look at it and go, well, there's no way this is a real 10, because it probably isn't a real 10. It's probably one of those 10s that acts like a 10, but it's really a 16. And yet I bought 3 pair of pants from 3 different designers, all in size 10. So they're very clearly a size 10. This doesn't believe it. So anyway, all right. I've rambled long enough, okay? I'm not here for this, and people are dropping off left and right. I'm just sitting here with bad hair and coffee talking about my closet on devotions. I love you, girls. I hope you have a fabulous day, and I will see you all back for devotions tomorrow. Bye, guys.